So here's the example I suggest on the bonus in the review, just as an example bonus. Remember, when we're doing these things, to pick some color scheme so you keep track of what's up and whatnot. So if I take a cube and I do FRU squared R, it's a perfect mess. So first of all, again, it's helpful to count the pieces so you know what you're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 pieces. So I'm looking for 16 pieces here. And you know what you may want to do, you may want to pause the video, find the cycle structure, I'll find mine, and we can compare notes. Alright, so we'll pause now. Alright, this is what I get. There's a tricky corner up front left. You see that corner, yellow, blue, and red. It's the correct corner of what's going on counterclockwise. This is the notation you want to use, but if you don't remember it, that's fine. You can just use words. UFL is turned clockwise, counterclockwise. And that's a 3 cycle. You'd have to do it 2 more times for it to be nothing at all. Then I find these 6 corners are moved around. There's only 1 corner that's not moved or affected at all. And then I got a 7 cycle on edges with another 2 cycle on edges. So how do we have any faith in this? Well, the idea is we can do some experiments. So I've already done this once. If I do it a second time, I should see this cycle go back. So red is my front, green is my right. So FRU squared R. And I see that my upright and downright are fixed. That corroborates. If I do it another time, this corner should be fixed again. FRU squared R. That corner is fixed. There's my 3 cycle. Let's see, it's a total of 3 times. If I do it 3 more times, I should see these corners back. They may or may not be oriented correctly. So let's try it. So FRU squared R, that's 4. FRU squared R, that's 5. FRU squared R. And so the corners are back, right? This is yellow, red, and green. This is the yellow, red, and green corner. So all the corners are correctly returned home, but they're not oriented correctly. So this is actually an 18 cycle. We already have a 3 cycle in here anyway, so it's not going to be a big deal. But we are going to need to do this 6 cycle 2 more times. So it'll be 18. Not only to get these back, but also to orient them. That was 6. If I do it 1 more time, I should see these edges returned. So let's do it 1 more time. FRU squared R. The edges are returned. I mean, not those. So they're not flipped. So that's good. If I did it 1 more time, that would be 8. And of course, these will be back. So we can start to see what's going on here. So what am I? I'm at 7. So maybe I'll shoot for the 18 just to show you that. So 7. So this is 8. And this is 9. That corner's back. And this is 10. That's 11. That's 12. So the corners are back, but they've been twisted a bit more. So that's 12. That's 13. That's 14. The edges are back. Here's 15. That's 16. That's 17. That's 18. And we see that all the corners have been returned. So, and including those 2 edges, because 2 goes into 18. Also, the 3 cycle over here is fixed because 3 goes into 18. So that 18 times will take care of these. So I don't have to, do it anymore. I know I have a 7 cycle. I know all these are correct. So I also know that my order then is going to be the product of 18 and 7, What's that? That's 70 plus 48 is 118. So the order would be 118. I don't have to do the 118 to see that this works. I can see all the cycles falling into place. So this is a way you can make up an example. It's a silly example. Write all this stuff down and then see if you're finding anything. And of course, this tricky stuff here is really hard to predict unless you're being super nitpicky on your notation. Usually if you just try it and they're back but not oriented correctly, well, you know you've got a multiple of 3 there. So I hope this is helpful. This is for, a more difficult kind of bonus question for cycle structure, FYI.